Hello, everybody. It is Badger Wild, and we are back with another ship review where I go in and I check out some really cool ship or build inside the workshop and show it to you guys for your in-game play. And continuing the theme from the last ship review, which you guys absolutely love, which was not a ship review, it was actually a station review. Today, you are going to see that we are on the Asteroid Armory station right now. And don't worry, this is not what we're going to be looking at. What we're going to be looking at is all the way over here. And I wanted this over this way just for cinematic effect. But what you're seeing out here is not the original Corvette, blue Corvette. This is a completely different custom ship that has been made. And let's just hop up here and I can show you guys what this thing is named here. This is the Blue Team Onager-class Battleship. Has no mods, so it's completely vanilla and survival ready. It does require DLCs. Another note about this ship is it is quite a large ship. Here in the note, it's a large ship with a high block count in PCU and is not for all servers. So some of y'all living on a limited PCU limit may not be able to use this. But it is a really cool showing of just what you can do without mods and make a very impressive battleship that's vanilla that I'm stealing a whole bunch of stuff from. Anyway, for that block count, we have 14,435 blocks, 18,208 with the shuttles. PCU limit is 67,301 with 88,386 with the shuttlecraft and stuff involved. Length is 252.5 meters, 101 blocks. Mass is 2,514. What? No, that's not 2,000. 2,514,848 kilograms, or 7,080 tons. It's built for a zero-G environment, so this is mostly something you'll use out in space. And its maximum jump distance is 1,635 kilometers. Requires, I believe, most of the DLCs and is done by our author, Eddington, who did the Blue Team Medium Shipyard. So, amazing ship. I'm going to go along here and give it a like because I do actually like this. Weapon systems are 8 railguns on 4 twin turrets. Those are custom railguns. You're going to see those here in a minute. 12 artillery turrets, 14 assault turrets, 2 missile turrets, 10 quad autocannon turrets, which are also custom built turrets, and 16 Gatling turrets. Power plant is 4 large nuclear reactors, 4 auxiliary generators, which I'll show you that. This is just amazing they put this in here. Just a very well thought out ship. 33 batteries. Total power output is 1,616 megawatts. Subsystems, 2 main hydrogen tanks, 18 jump drives to get this monster moving, and it is a monster ship. 1 medical center, landing pad, large work hangar, scripted airlocks, stocked magazine, armory, and stores for survival mode. So, yes. Anyway, before we get started, let's hop in here and let's fly around this monster. You can see the front here. We've got searchlights, Gatling guns. We've also got our twin auto gun turrets right here. And it's pretty similar to the ball turret that I like to build. Using the girder blocks. Love the girder blocks being used here. That's just amazing. I'm a sucker for those things. I really like the girder or beam block since they've added it on. Continuing across here, we've got a large hangar for what is basically a shuttlecraft. We'll show you that here in just a minute. And we come across our first set. This is a full ion ship, so it's not going to be the fastest thing to move, but it's got a lot of heavy armor, and it's going to be able to take a hit. One of the things you're going to notice is you're going to see we've got some assault cannon turrets here, both on the bottom and on the top. We also have more Gatling turrets and an array here of artillery guns for side battle, for side hitting, I guess we call it. More assault guns, more quad barrel flat guns, more assault, more of these Gatling guns, more assault turrets. Like I said, this thing is just bristling with firepower. We've got our 2 missile launchers on the bottom here, probably for firing on bases as you fly over the top. Lots of girders, lots of detail on this thing. It's just amazing. On top of that, we've got 2 hangar doors here, which works for the I believe this is a storage compartment area, or an area where you would store large amounts of equipment, things like that. We also have our main engine bank back here. 4 large engine nacelles over the engineering, and engineering is just amazing. Let me tell you, an interesting way of doing these ship blocks here. I'm loving this right here. And you can see in there, we can see our gyros inside. Can we get to those? Is it possible? No, it's really not. But as you can see here, a large amount of engine banks in the back. As I said before, going down to the bottom here, because this is a symmetrical ship, we have Gatling gun turrets, 2 more of these giant railgun turrets, which are amazing. We'll check those out when we get up to the top. 2 missile launchers, a secondary connector, which is on, I believe, a piston. There's also connectors like this on the sides as well. So you can extend this out, connect to another ship, like a logistics vessel or something, and be able to pull in resources, hydrogen, whatever. And we've got another Gatling turret here. More quad guns, which we have plenty of these flat gun turrets. I can't imagine what this thing would do to another ship as it would move forward. If all this is just automated, it would be a nightmare to have to face this thing. And then we have our Gatling turrets. Going up over the top, we have these giant these giant railgun turrets, which are just insane to look at. I like the twin gun variant, but I am a big fan of triple guns. I like the old Missouri Battleship, and the triple gun batteries I think would be awesome. But this is not my ship. So, but the turret is done very well. And just to show you guys, when you're building turrets like this, with enough armor plating, you can protect a ship this size fairly well to get the shots off you need. And also, we've got some nice, really deep sloping armor there to give it that nice deflection right there to provide enough armor. Up here at the top also, we've got a temporary landing pad, which goes inside the ship. I can show that off maybe later. And we've got another railgun with some Gatling turrets in the back. Just a very large ship. Let me pull back here so you can just see the size of this monster. Yeah, you can just see the absolute size of this thing is massive. Whereas the Corvette kind of stopped right about the front turret here. This thing is almost 4 times as long. If you've checked out the Asteroid Armory, if not, do take a look at it. It's a very cool little map to play around on. But starting off, let's go over here and let's just start. Woo! Kind of fell off there for a bit. All right, get my drunk engineer over here. And drop right here. Let's go inside the ship. You enter in through the front. Of course, there's lots of ways to enter in, but we're going to enter in the front here. And we go down this nice little hallway into what is essentially the first area of the ship, which is a hangar, which has these really nice shuttlecraft. I need to find this, and we need to do probably a video on it. It's got a nice little assault cannon, bunch of dadgum miniguns on there, as well as several rocket pods spread out, because you need them spread out in vanilla. We also have this here. It is basically a drop ship, if it'll open. There we go. Get that to open up there. Walk up inside. Seating for 6 right next to the hydrogen tanks, as well as some guns here and access to this large cargo container. Gonna have to build me a dropship of some type. It's got these nice large hangar doors, which are just wonderful to have on a ship. But we're not here for that. If y'all want me to do a review on this, I will do it. I promise you I will. But going up to here, like I said, we've got this nice through deck. Love through decks. Rapid deployment of, guys, if you're using a shuttle to move materials or people around, a through deck is the best thing to add to your ship. You can get guys in and out very quickly. But continuing on, we come into our first preparation airlock room, which has this is just amazing and a great idea. I've used a similar idea like this on the Alamo, which I need to do a video on at some point. But you have here a nice, well-stocked, you've got enough for a very large group of guys to come down in and just start gearing up. You've got gun racks, you've got suit racks, you've got tool racks, all of which is inside of a room with a airlock, I believe, somewhere. There's a there's an air vent somewhere in here that feeds into this entire system. Go over here and push a button. We're going to go through the first deck. And we come out into here. We've got some storage. We've got access to your ship storage right here, as well as regular storage. We got a nice desk for someone to sit behind and, delegate everybody coming in and out. Just a nice little security area, which has parts, weapon rack, as well as a set of lockers. Just in case someone tries to break in, you can see someone grabbing, you can go, grab the guns, and everybody can run over here and start grabbing guns and just start lining up. You've got lots of fire angles here as well. So somebody could set up a position here. Someone could set a position behind this counter. And then you've got more positions here that more people can set up. And past this, just as an added security measure, we have our first bulkhead lock of 2 on this ship. There's actually 2 of these, and they are actually very nice. Shut this entire gate, and you've locked off the ship in case a boarding party manages to break in through your primary hangar. Starting here, we are going to work on, what station are we at? We're on second deck. Let's see what's on second deck. We've got forward airlock. We've got forward hangar. We've got CIC bridge, the laboratory, medical, and engineering. So we'll do everything on the second floor. We'll do third floor and then first floor. First thing on the second floor, we've got this nice little storage area with some medical equipment. I don't know what that's there for. We also have the CO stateroom, which I believe this is for either the commanding officer or it's for an ambassador. Usually with large battleships, you'll have an ambassador's area. I know the Missouri has one for the president back in World War II. If y'all haven't looked up the USS Missouri Iowa class, you should check that out. It is the America's ship of victory, and it is where the Japanese surrendered to the superiority of the United States. What we have over here is we have a nice set of Jeffries tubes, I guess is what you would call it, from Star Trek, where you can drop down here. Then you have access to several timer blocks and batteries. We've got batteries down here. We've got timer blocks that have to be looked over and worked on. And this is mirrored on both sides. So you see one side of this, you've seen all of it. And back over here, just a quick grab of that. And back up here. The character stops, I think, or it'll... Oh, just fell down. We'll just fly right up here. Hop back off. We also have going through the Jeffrey tube here. It goes all the way through to here. And I believe it also comes back to this area and comes out in this near the CIC. Anyway, this is the CIC bridge room. We'll head here next. And very interesting bridge. We have a conference table for, tactical. This is our tactical area for, planning stuff out. Run-of-the-mill systems for all your guns, possibly. I figured this is probably going to run a gun or a massive railgun at some point. Probably one of those big railguns out front on top of the ship. And then up here above everything else. And I love these types of... I love this type of build here, where you have your captain's quarters, or where the actual helm is above the entirety, so that you have visual confirmation of everybody that's down there. Nothing is away from you, so to speak. It's this type of build with just an extra layer, which gives you just, the use of these what are these, catwalk blocks in such a way that you have the ability to make a very Raynal battleship style vessel, which has a couple of nice lockers here. And we've got our systems here. I wish we had a screen. Keen, this is something I would like. A screen that shows what your camera is looking at on the outside. That would be nice. Anyway, past the CIC, we come into our next room, which is on the way. This is medical. Coming here, we've got a nice medical station area for respawn. What is this exactly? I forgot. Oh yeah, cryotube. Don't see those very much. We also have several medical beds in here, as well as science equipment and a kitchen. Don't know what we need the kitchen for. And a bathroom somewhere in here, I'm pretty sure. Continuing on, we also have a laboratory, or I guess if you run into an alien threat, this is where it will probably start. When the xenomorph breaks out, it's going to start in this lab. So you're gonna have to probably deal with it. A nice door on here would be a good idea. A nice big heavy door. So we've got deck 2 access with some storage containers, but now we're going to head on over, and this is just the coolest way to get to the engineering area. And this is the thing about Eddington. Eddington makes a very, in my opinion, lore accurate ship right here, which is still custom, but very lore accurate. You can see here we've got the downward deck here. This is where your storage capacity is all at, and then we have another deck above. We will check that out in just a moment. But you got storage here. We will check that out in just a minute. We are missing a ladder here. We are missing a what do I call that? Steps. We're missing some steps there. But continuing back forward, we've got this nice open area, which comes out and makes the ship look a little bit bigger. My phone is going off like crazy right now. I will silence that. There we go. So that's done. Anyway, you have this nice open area here, which makes the ship feel a lot bigger than it is. You can look down, you can see almost clean through the ship. And we have a nice pipe going through there, something you can access very easily. And it has some armor plating on the sides. Just gives it a nice open feel to the ship, and I like that. It's just very Firefly, what is it? Firefly's bay. It's cargo bay. The way the Firefly was set up, or the Serenity. Anyway, entering in here, we enter probably one of the best looking engine rooms I have ever seen. It is nice. Let me tell you, this is the best engineering room. All the necessary things that could go down, you can get to. And you can see that as we go down through here. But first off, we have on our left side over here, we have our advanced assembler. On the right side over here, we have a refinery. And a great use of the refinery block so that we can go right clean through this and work our way down. You can see we have this nice, we can use the actual ladder section of the refinery, of the industrial refinery, to actually get down here. See, and this is what you got to realize with these blocks. These blocks have these ladders and everything. These new blocks are now kind of getting multifunctional. They're now able to mesh more closely with the ship. Instead of having just a block that sits there, this now serves multiple functions. It now serves the function of a walkway and everything else. Very good idea. I actually like this. We've got our projector down here to help repair the ship. You'll see how we repair the ship later. Heading over here, we have a locker room inside engineering, and this is something I never thought I would need. Of course, I do add some storage rooms in my locker area and access to my cargo containers in the engineering area so that I can access parts if I brought extra parts for things like, you know, jump drive, stuff like that. This is a very good spot to have that stuff. And it's very nice and roomy. Like I said, this ship is very big and open. And with a battleship, it would be a little bit nicer. This is the ship you break out in emergencies. It's also a ship that you would use for diplomatic missions. It is this, unlike a corvette or a frigate, a battleship, in my opinion, is the symbol of your fleet. It is the symbol of your nation. Large ships like this, like aircraft carriers, people think of the American Navy, they think of either the Iowa-class battleships, or they think of the Nimitz or Gerald R. Ford-class aircraft carriers. They are large, massive ships, and they have quite spacious interiors at sometimes in some areas, especially where the public is allowed to go. If you have a chance to go to Hawaii and check out any of the Iowas, they're all different and just completely different. I have yet to go see them. I want to at some point in time go to Hawaii and see the Missouri, just because I am from that state. But what we have here is we've got our reactors in this room. I'm geeking out over this ship. It's amazing. We've got 4 nuclear reactors, which is just absolutely nuts, the size of this. And almost every space is used for detail. We've got our nice piping, all of our equipment. I think that may be a secondary assembler up there. I'm not sure. It may be a secondary assembler. And it looks like we've got another refinery. So this thing comes with 2 refineries and 2 assemblers. That's nice. 2 hydrogen tanks up there, so that the ship has plenty of hydrogen. You'll see why a ion ship would need hydrogen. One, you got to fill up your ships, your small ships. But each one of these reactors has a shutoff. This can turn off. It can turn off the reactor, I suppose is what it's supposed to do. But you can come through here. You can see how these reactors are just meshed together perfectly, so they just look like it's one. It looks like 2 supersized reactors, and then you've got this area in the middle. And I've been trying to figure out how to use these new reactors, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use it for larger class vessels. It's the only way to really do it. Continuing on, we come around here to the really interesting part, which is this a generator right here. Yes, these are hydrogen generators, 4 of them, used for backup power. In case a railgun round comes through here and knocks out, or someone shoots in and manages to hit these reactors here are much, much smaller and much harder to hit. And from a broadside perspective, yeah, you probably could take them all out in one shot, but the likelihood of that happening is very remote. You can also see all the jump drives here. But the cool part about this is just at a push of a button. Someone could call down to the engineering from CIC. We have lost power, reactivate power. We need to get out of here. And someone can walk up, start hitting, and you can see the generator just starts up. And this only starts 1 generator. So power can come back on if you're using multi-crew. So if you're playing on a server with this thing, it is one of those ships that you are just going to want to use with a crew of people. Also, everything can be accessed. You can easily just jump jet where you need to go. If you've got to reach a drive, all of it is reachable. This is a very well thought out and well planned ship design. As you can see here, everything can be reached. Got a couple batteries here just embedded into the floor of this thing, which is just amazing. Like I said, this ship is beautiful almost everywhere. Everything has a function to it. And this is only the 2nd deck. This thing has like 4, I believe. Okay, so we're over here at deck 2. We're going to head on up to deck 3. Yes, deck 3. All right, so we're up here in deck 3. Deck 3 is actually pretty nice. We've got a nice lounge in here, which is like a nice 10 forward area. Like I said, this is a ship that does diplomatic missions, so you are going to want a place for your crewmen to chill out at. You're probably going to be taking ground troops places. You need a place to veg out, relax, blow off some steam. Great spot. Love this area. It's actually designed to look like a nightclub, which is just amazing. A little bit of disco lights in here, and it'd be awesome. But continuing on, we're going to go to the mess and galley. And you see here, we've got a massive mess hall capable of, dear God, what is it, like 18 people? 16? No, 18. 18 people can be seated here at one time. That's a massive crew, by the way. Beverage area, lots of vending machines. Just very nice, very nice, very nice. Then we have this, what is this? Is this a lounge area? Has no name on it. I believe this is a lounge area. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a lounge area. This is like a central lounging area. Players can come in and just chillax out here, drink some stuff, have some fun, shoot the bull, all that good stuff. Because you need this crap on a battleship when you're way on out in the middle of nowhere, operating as a military vessel. But continuing over, we got these nice little small, fairly spacious, in my opinion. If you guys know me building rooms like this, I can build a very small, very Spartan room for a ship. The Sentinel has probably one of the most Spartan areas to live in, as well as the Alamo has probably a little bit better crew complement. But each one of these rooms carries up to 2 people can operate in here, as well as each one has their own individual toilet and shower, as well as a place to sit. Or well, no, they have 1 shower and 1 toilet. My bad. And a locker area for weapons and equipment, as well as a door to shut. And you got some semi-privacy in here. Wouldn't go walking around naked though, folks. Continuing on, because you got 3 of these, or 6 of these, 2 on each side, or 3 on each side. We've also got another lounging area just for, communal place. And then we go into this area, which we have hydroponics. Interesting. We got an area where we're making food, those long trips, little oxygen. Got some lockers, some lab equipment, a desk. Very good, very good. This is to 3rd deck. And I believe we're done with deck 3. Oh, we're not done with deck 3, actually. We have one more place to check, and that is to go down to the internal hangar area. Oh, hit a wall. And we'll have to push this button here. If I can find the button. And an airlock will engage, allowing us to move through here. We are air system and our locker to go in and our spacesuit with. Oh, that wasn't right. And here we go. Airlock's open. We have another locker here on the side. And we come out into this nice little hangar area. Now, for those wondering, this is the hangar area above the rest of the ship. And we can walk over here. Push this button, open up. We have one welding ship and what appears to be a strike fighter, I believe, or an interceptor. You do want an interceptor or some type of ship inside of a massive battleship. It's not a carrier. It's not a carrier. It's not carrying massive amounts of ships, but it does have the ability to have a repair ship. This is what you would repair the outside of the ship with. Just figure up your parts. Have all that here. You can see this thing will then turn and fly out. Amazing. We've also got some connectors up top. I believe we could probably add another 2 fighters, another welder, or another welder, and another fighter. So you'd have 2 fighters, 2 welders that you could deploy and get out of here, or just load this thing up full of fighters, because there's enough room for all of it. Continuing down, this is where we get to our missing staircase. So it wouldn't be much to fix this. Now, when you're building a ship this big, you're bound to forget something. We come down in here. We have our main cargo hold, which has lots of storage, lots of these base stores, lots of these crates, lots of lockers, lots of shelves. We've also got several large containers, which are just, oh, chef's kiss. This is amazing right here. But it's a very nice ship size. And then we have over here, on each side, and besides all this is a through deck design. So there's doors on each side to supply. Then you have a ramp here that you can supply to, and then you have this connector which goes off next to a ship and then pulls said ship. Looks like we've got something over there. Pulls said ship over to here, and then the entirety of this ship sets itself up and it's ready to go. So, like I said, very, very nice. Actually, here's what we're going to do. Instead of going back in through here, we're going to check out the top deck by coming in through the landing pad up top. Yes, this ship has a landing pad, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll drop down here and head down to this landing pad. Oh, gotta push a button. First try. All right. So we got this nice airlock here on top of this landing pad, which can hold a shuttle, anything you really want. Activate the airlock here. That should open up down there. We've also got lockers and more suit and just tool and weapon storage to help you out. And heading down this, I believe we're on deck number 4, I believe. And we're just going to check this area out. First off, starting at the stores. In here, this is where you would store all your extra equipment. You know, I would suggest using these to store really important equipment, because I don't normally like storing just steel plates and everything in here. They don't hold that much, but they will hold they'll hold a decent amount of these gravity components, thruster components, superconductors, all that good stuff. Very nice decorative, and we've got more lockers. Like I said, using these locker blocks, I would use a lot of these. They add just character to your ship, and at the same time, you got a place to put stuff. I mean, you can never have enough place to put stuff, and you don't want weapons wandering around your entire inventory. But we'll go to the front of the ship, I believe, which will take us over here, which has a nice little air vent. We have an armory, which I would like to get into. Okay, let's open up here on this block. Nice to have the armory locked. And we have a nice little armory similar to what we saw on the medium shipyard, which is very nice. Like I said, this is a big ship. It's a massive ship. We got plenty of arms, guns, and equipment here just to supply it. We're going to come back out. Nice little armory build there. Got more locker space. Got access to the lower deck there. If we have any other deck space. We got the stores here. We done looked at that. Let's check this area. This is... Oh, we've got a briefing area. And this is pretty cool. right here. We got a briefing area using the side chairs here with a beverage area and a small locker. And then we have our large screen up front, which is not rendering in because of the low resolution I have on the, the game, so I can record. And then we've also got this officer slash instructor's chair to brief everyone on the mission. You can see here we have enough pilots or enough people here to run at least 9 people can be briefed per mission, which is nice. I'm not sure what this is. I've got to get this thing rendered up and look at it. But yeah, we're sitting here. This is deck 4. We're going to head down to deck number 2, I believe, and head to the CIC because we're going to take this thing out and get in a fight with it. There's a nice happy little red ship somewhere, and we're going to take care of him. So starting up from this one position, if you guys want to check this thing out and just, you know, explore it a little bit. We've got our connectors all over the ship. We've got pistons for everything. Got our antenna, access to our hydrogen tanks, refill, antenna, beacon, multiple turrets. I'm guessing you can... Oh, yes! You can take control of these things. Uh-oh, turn from the system. Oh, check that out. That is nice. If this were in Weapon Core, you could actually set these guns to fire intermittently. So you would have just a almost constant barrage of these things firing off here. Hopping out of that, though. Continuing on, we've got access to our doors, so we can start closing down. What do we close? We close that door. We're closing something. Yeah, see, we can just start opening and closing those doors there. And we have the ability to open that door on the side. Just a very cool, like I said, very detailed ship. Very cool. And that appears about it. So what we're going to do right now. Let's see, is my guns on? No target lock. Target is locked. We're going to access all of these. Access all of those. We have jump gyros ready to go. And I don't know. I'm hoping these large turrets here are active at the moment. Let's go back over here. Let's unlock the ship. And let's take her out for a spin. We're going to drive on over. Very sluggish, and that's what this is. It is a battleship. It is designed probably to duke it out. Doesn't have a heavy or medium design, which a battleship can pretty much, I suppose, do whatever you want. Use the side thrusters here to turn this monster. And we're going to head off over here and start right for this red ship. Uh-oh. There we go. That's what it was. I didn't have the guns on. All right. There we are. Now we're about to get some action here. There we go. Red ship is getting destroyed right now. This is just a big broadside ship. All right, look at this thing just unload. We've not even gotten close to this thing yet. Railgun's locking on. Oh God, this thing is just full of firepower. It's ridiculous. By the way, this thing is so big. I am pulled out to the max, and I can't pull out anymore. That was a dirty joke right there. Turn that off and just watch this destruction right here. This is amazing. Now, this were a moving battle, you'd probably have a little bit more trouble. Let's try to take this thing in just a bit closer. When we get close enough, some of the auto cannons. There we go. PDCs are activating, missiles are firing. We're getting closer to this thing now. We're gonna put down some real fire. Yeah, red team's frigate is basically annihilated by this thing. This is a monster ship. If you guys want to check it out, I'll put a link to it in the description. This is blue team's Onager-class, I keep getting that wrong. Onager-class Battleship by Eddington. Just an amazing ship right here. Just huge, massive, and doing its job as you're just sitting here fighting with it. It is just an amazing ship. Are we? I don't know. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'll try to cut it down and make it as small as possible. We are watching that red ship right there. And it's about to hit that asteroid, I think. I think it's about done. Is it going to hit the asteroid? I don't know. We'll find out. By the way, folks, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this battleship. Onager-class Battleship. Just shows you what you can do with the custom turrets and everything in vanilla on Space Engineers to make truly an impressive and unique battleship that can go in and just really start wrecking another player's ship or even an NPC ship. This thing has plenty of firepower to get the job done, and I love it. No mods whatsoever, vanilla capable. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, stay safe, stay frosty. This is Badger Wild, signing out.